Hello, today we'll be going through practice questions 121 to 130 for the CompTIA Network Plus exam. Let's begin. Which of the following is a characteristic of the application layer? The correct answer is A. It relies upon other layers for packet delivery. The application layer provides network services but relies on lower layers for packet delivery. It does not handle packet transmission directly, but depends on the transport layer for reliable communication. Why the other options are incorrect? B. It checks independently for packet loss. The transport layer is responsible for packet loss detection and retransmission, not the application layer. C. It encrypts data in transit. Encryption is typically handled by security protocols operating at lower layers, not the application layer itself. D. It performs address translation. Address translation, such as NAT, occurs at the network layer, not at the application layer. Therefore, the correct answer is A. It relies upon other layers for packet delivery. Which of the following IP transmission types encrypts all of the transmitted data? The correct answer is A. ESP. ESP is a part of IPsec that encrypts all transmitted data, ensuring confidentiality, integrity, and authentication for secure communication. ESP can operate in tunnel mode, which is encrypting the entire packet, or transport mode, which is encrypting only the payload. Why the other options are incorrect? B. AH. AH provides authentication and integrity but does not encrypt data, meaning the payload remains visible. C. GRE. GRE is a tunneling protocol that encapsulates packets but does not include encryption by itself. D. UDP. UDP is a transport layer protocol that provides fast, connectionless communication but does not encrypt data. E. TCP. TCP ensures reliable data delivery but does not provide encryption unless combined with a security protocol like TLS or SSL. Therefore, the correct answer is A. ESP. Which of the following should be configured so users can authenticate to a wireless network using company credentials? The correct answer is D. Radius. Radius enables users to authenticate to a wireless network using their company credentials. It is commonly used with 802.1x authentication to validate users against a directory service like AD or an LDAP server. Why the other options are incorrect? A. SSO. SSO allows users to authenticate once and access multiple applications but does not handle network authentication directly. B. SAML. SAML is an authentication standard used for web-based applications, not for wireless network authentication. C. MFA. MFA adds extra layers of authentication, but it is a security feature rather than a network authentication protocol. Therefore, the correct answer is D. Radius. A network engineer performed the migration to a new mail server. The engineer changed the MX record, verified the change was accurate, and confirmed the new mail server was reachable via the IP address in the A record. However, users are not receiving email. Which of the following should the engineer have done to prevent the issue from occurring? The correct answer is B. Reduce the TTL record prior to the MX record change. Time to live settings determine how long DNS records are cached by other DNS servers. If the TTL was too high before the MX record change, some external mail servers might still be using the old MX record and trying to send email to the old mail server. Lowering the TTL before making the MX record change would ensure that the update propagates faster across the internet. Why the other options are incorrect? A. Change the email client configuration to match the MX record. Email clients use SMTP, IMAP, or POP3 settings to retrieve emails, but MX records affect mail delivery, not how users access emails. C. Perform a DNS zone transfer prior to the MX record change. A zone transfer replicates DNS records between name servers, but is not necessary for MX record updates, which depend on DNS caching and propagation. D. Update the NS record to reflect the IP address change. NS records specify authoritative name servers for a domain. They are not related to MX records, which direct email traffic. Therefore, the correct answer is B. Reduce the TTL record prior to the MX record change. Which of the following should a network administrator configure when adding OT devices to an organization's architecture? The correct answer is D. Network segmentation. Network segmentation is critical when integrating operational technology devices into an organization's architecture. OT systems such as industrial control systems and SCADA should be isolated from the IT network to prevent cyber threats from spreading and to protect mission-critical infrastructure. This is typically achieved using firewalls, VLANs, and air-gapped networks. Why the other options are incorrect? A. HoneyNet. A HoneyNet is a security deception system used to attract and analyze attackers but does not directly secure OT devices. B. Data at rest encryption. While encryption protects stored data, OT devices primarily require real-time data processing and availability, making network security a higher priority. C. Time-based authentication. While useful for user authentication, it does not directly secure OT device communication or network architecture. Therefore, the correct answer is D. Network segmentation. To reduce costs and increase mobility, a chief technology officer wants to adopt cloud services for the organization and its affiliates. To reduce the impact for users, the CTO wants key services to run from the on-site data center and enterprise services to run in the cloud. Which of the following deployment models is the best choice for the organization? The correct answer is B. Hybrid. A hybrid cloud model allows an organization to run key services on-premises while utilizing cloud services for enterprise functions. This approach helps reduce costs, increase scalability, and maintain critical workloads on-site while leveraging cloud-based resources as needed. Why the other options are incorrect? A. Public. A public cloud runs entirely on a third-party provider's infrastructure, which does not align with the CTO's requirement to keep key services on site. C. SaaS. SaaS is a cloud service model, not a deployment model. While it reduces costs, it does not allow the organization to maintain key services on premises. D. Private. A private cloud keeps everything within an on-premises or dedicated cloud infrastructure, which does not align with the CTO's goal to adopt cloud services for enterprise needs. Therefore, the correct answer is B. Hybrid. Which of the following is used to describe the average duration of an outage for a specific service? The correct answer is B. MTTR. Mean time to repair represents the average duration of an outage for a specific service, including diagnosis, repair, and restoration time. It measures how quickly a system or service can be restored after failure. Why the other options are incorrect? A. RPO. RPO defines how much data loss is acceptable in a disaster but does not measure outage duration. C. RTO. RTO defines the maximum allowable downtime before a service must be restored, but it is a target, not an actual measured duration. D. MTBF. MTBF measures the average time a system operates before failure, focusing on reliability, not outage duration. Therefore, the correct answer is B. MTTR. A network rack has 4 servers and 4 switches with dual power supplies. Only one intelligent PDU is installed in the rack. Which of the following is the reason to add a second PDU? The correct answer is A. Power redundancy. Adding a second power distribution unit provides power redundancy, ensuring that each device with dual power supplies is connected to separate PDUs. This prevents a single point of failure, improving uptime and reliability in case of a PDU or power source failure. Why the other options are incorrect? B. Failed PSU monitoring. PDUs distribute power, but monitoring power supply failures is typically handled by server management tools or BIOS level alerts, not the PDU itself. C. Surge protection. While some PDUs offer surge protection, adding a second PDU is primarily for redundancy, not just surge protection. D. Electricity conservation. A second PDU does not reduce power consumption, it only improves availability and fault tolerance. Therefore, the correct answer is A. Power redundancy. Which of the following allows a user to connect to an isolated device on a standalone network? The correct answer is A. Jump box. A jump box is a hardened intermediary system that allows users to securely connect to an isolated device on a standalone or segmented network. It acts as a gateway between the user and the isolated system, enforcing access controls and security policies. Why the other options are incorrect? B. API gateway. An API gateway manages API requests between clients and backend services but does not provide remote access to an isolated system. C. Secure shell. SSH provides secure remote access, but it requires direct network connectivity to the target device, which may not be available for an isolated device. D. Clientless VPN. A clientless VPN allows remote access via a web browser, but it typically connects to corporate resources, not an isolated, standalone network. Therefore, the correct answer is A. Jump box. Early in the morning, an administrator installs a new DHCP server. In the afternoon, some users report they are experiencing network outages. Which of the following is the most likely issue? The correct answer is A. The administrator did not provision enough IP addresses. If users experience network outages after a new DHCP server is installed, it is likely that the DHCP scope does not have enough IP addresses available. When the pool of available IPs is exhausted, new devices will fail to obtain an IP address, resulting in network connectivity issues. Why the other options are incorrect? B. The administrator configured an incorrect default gateway. An incorrect default gateway could prevent external access, but it will not cause complete network outages for only some users. Devices should still be able to communicate locally. C. The administrator did not provision enough routes. Routing issues affect network traffic between subnets, but users experiencing network outages suggests a more fundamental problem, like IP address exhaustion. D. The administrator did not provision enough MAC addresses. MAC addresses are hardware-based and not provisioned manually. DHCP servers manage IP leases, not MAC addresses. Therefore, the correct answer is A. The administrator did not provision enough IP addresses. We have come to the end of today's video. Please make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next video. Goodbye.